It is GBM 5 already, which is so wild to think about. It's November 4th, 2020. I want to thank you all in particular for being here tonight and not yesterday night. And just thank you all for still being present, even though I know we're probably all feeling very anxious, emotional, and just drained, honestly, after last night, and it will continue. So thank you for coming. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out if you're in need of some support, someone to talk to during this time. We're all here for you. So thank you again. And now I'm going to let Olivia take over really quick, and we're going to have our speaker go first today.
Cool. Hey, everyone. So today we have April from Gartner here, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what they have to offer and what their company's like. So April, feel free to unmute yourself, take over, share your screen, whatever you want to do.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for letting me come into your meeting tonight. And Teresa, I love what you said. I am also emotionally drained. I'm tired. I'm nervous and I'm anxious. And I think that it is so incredible that you all have each other as a support system. So highly encourage you all, if you are feeling stressed, just need someone to talk to, rely on each other. I think that is such a huge advantage of FWIB. I'm so excited to be back here tonight. You guys are one of my favorite groups at UF, and I certainly miss being able to do things with, on campus and get to see you all. But I'm happy that you're letting me hijack your meeting for 15 minutes to talk about Gartner. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I am doing this the right way because I'm stealing screen sharing abilities. Can everyone give me a thumbs up if they can see the screen? Okay, thank you, ladies. All right, perfect. So what I'm going to do, because I want to be very sensitive to time tonight, I have 15 minutes. I'm going to roll through my journey. I'm going to talk about Gartner. I'm going to do things a little differently just so that you're all aware. Typically, I talk about, really the ins and outs on Gartner, and I will do that, but I kind of want to talk about the good that Gartner does. And I'm going to use some of the clients that we work with that I think that you'll be really excited to get a good understanding of. We're going to talk about Gartner opportunities, and then we'll do a little Q&A. And I am going to stop my video, so please forgive me just because I have small children. They are using the internet, and I just don't want to worry about getting my bandwidth cut off from them. So before I begin, I did put this link in the chat. This is how I track student engagement, okay? Really important that if you are interested in Gartner, would love to hear more, please fill this link out at some point in the next 24 hours because the link does expire. This is really a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. You don't have to apply. You just upload your resume. It takes 2 minutes, not even. And it's a great way to just kind of get your foot in the door, learn more about the opportunities that we have. So it's in the chat. Please make sure that you fill it out. I would really, really appreciate it. So my journey to Gartner. So my name is April Doctor. I am a senior university recruiter with Gartner. What that means is I represent Gartner at about 6 universities now, most of which are in Florida, where I live. And my goal really is to recruit the top talented students to come work for us, whether it's an internship opportunity or a full-time role after graduation. Most of you, if you're more tenured or upperclassmen within the organization, have likely heard me speak about what Gartner is. So I'm just going to give you a high-level explanation. So essentially, Gartner is the world's leading research and advisory company. What we do is we help business leaders make better business decisions. So our clients include large corporations, government agencies, tech companies, sports teams, universities, and the investment community. Typically, we say about 77% of the Global 500 relies on us for insight and advice. Often, we will break our clients up into 2 separate categories. You'll hear us call them end user clients or tech vendor clients. End user clients use technology, tech vendor clients make technology. I won't go into the weeds, but essentially our goal is to help our clients, whether they're an end user or a tech vendor client, save their time, save their money, and mitigate their risk. And we do this through the three components of our business model: research, consulting, and conferences. So research is essentially the bulk of our business. If you can see on the screen, we have over 2,000 experts around the world that publish, we take their research and we publish it on a subscription-based service for our clients to access. It's almost like the Google for CEOs. We offer consulting, where our consultants can go work on site and help support our clients face-to-face. And then we do have conferences around the world. Pre-COVID, they were in person. Right now, we are doing them virtually, but that's essentially where we have historically brought Gartner to life in an in-person setting. So I want to talk about two different clients this particular client, and then I'm going to talk about sustainability efforts. So a lot of times when we go to campus, we hear like, oh, can you tell us who your clients are? And typically we don't. Sometimes I'll have a sales manager with me who will talk about their different accounts, but for the most part, confidentiality is a big part of our business model. But recently we published the story about how we help UNICEF. So for those of you that are not familiar with UNICEF, they have one priority, and it's to reach the most at-risk and need children, women, and young people in the world. And UNICEF works across 190 countries. And over the past 3 years, it's produced 2.5 billion vaccines for children in 100 countries, provided educational material to almost 47 million children, and brought safe water to over 49 million people in humanitarian situations. So ultimately, its programs are designed to save children, defend their rights, and help them fulfill their potential. So UNICEF is actually a client of Gartner. At UNICEF, anything that doesn't directly affect children rightly gets scrutinized and potentially deprioritized. So UNICEF came to Gartner with multiple goals, from redesigning the role of its HR business partners and centers of expertise, to redesigning the role of its HR business, or redesigning performance management, and building a more formalized approach to succession planning. So when we work with a large profit like UNICEF, we really contextualize our research to make it applicable as possible, so they can do what they do best, which is ultimately help children. So I was really thrilled when this came out, because I didn't realize that UNICEF was actually a client of Gartner, and I think it's really amazing that we have helped support them and really give them the tools they need to be successful to continue the great work that they do globally. So sustainability is another big thing that oftentimes when I talk to students on campus is something that they actually look for in companies. And I don't think I actually added it to this slide, but we recently opened up in London a new corporate office that has been well certified. So for those of you who are not familiar with that, it's just, making sure the air is circularized, there's plants, there's promotion to take the stairs versus elevators, making sure there's filtered water every certain amount of feet within the building. There's prayer rooms, there's meditation rooms. The whole office is really designed for health and wellness and promoting sustainability. But in this particular article, it kind of talks about the impact that our conference business has had on supply chain, water, and sustainability. So the Earth's population is projected to reach almost 10 billion people by 2050, which is an increase of 31% in just 30 years. And at the same time, I think we all kind of realize in the back of our mind the availability of key resources like water could decline, right? When Gartner surveyed 500 supply chain professionals, they told us that water availability for products and production is one of the most critical natural resources that they'll face in the next decade. So if the global industry doesn't take action by 2030, 40% of the world may not actually have drinkable water, which is crazy to think about. But the Gartner vision is really to promote global social good that recognizes that a single company, no matter how large, can't solve global problems like this alone. It's really only when we come together as industry leaders and set common goals and objectives that we can really make lasting positive change. So the Gartner Leaders Forum is actually an annual gathering where C-level executives and those who work in supply chain of the Global 500 convene to learn from Gartner and from others within the community. And at this conference, they tackle some of the toughest problems the world is facing today, such as reducing plastic waste and carbon emissions, championing diversity and inclusion, and preserving natural resources like water. So the presentations at the 2019 Gartner Leaders Forum focused on sustainability and water stewardship, which set a roadmap for how collective global industries can collaborate and contribute to mitigating this crisis for the betterment of the planet. And what was really great is that after the conference, attendees really walked away and reframed their supply chain strategies as a result of the discussion. So today, companies of all sizes and lines of business are realizing that sustainability is not just an extra you do on the side, but rather crucial to further growth and success. And this is really how Gartner is changing the world. We create communities, we raise awareness, and we drive change. And it's something that we often don't really talk about too much when we're presenting on campus. I want to talk quickly about our internship program. We do have a summer 2021 virtual internship program. We're very excited that we're able to host our internship again. It is one of the top 100 in the nation, and we're very proud of it. It is going to be virtual because of the fact that we're again, a global company. We have a lot of offices to open up. It takes a lot of time, and we want to do it in a safe and secure way to protect the health of our associates. So we will be doing the summer 2021 internship virtually, but the goal remains the same. We want to be able to have the opportunity to give our interns an offer at the end of the summer based on the successful completion of the program to come join us for full time. If you're interested in full-time sales, that would be the role that I recruit for. Account manager does exactly what we were just talking about, works with nonprofits like UNICEF, works with companies that are focused on sustainability. Obviously, you're going to get different industries and different clients you're going to work with, but the stories I shared with you are just a touch of the impact that you can make being an account manager, working with those C-level executives to impact change and drive growth, but doing it in a positive way that affects the world. Within the sales program, it's world-class training, salary with uncapped commission. So on top of changing the world, it can be very lucrative as well. Fast track to growth, 29 PTO days to start, and it grows, and benefits starting day one, because health and wellness, especially mental health and work-life balance, is very important to us at Gartner. So I do want to stress that it is a sales position. However, it's a consultative sales role. So you act as a consultant and a partner to the C-level executives of your clients. If sales and being a consultant and a consultative sales role is not for you, that's okay. We have many other opportunities at Gartner, including IT, our business rotational development program, finance and accounting, client services, research and advisory, and digital markets. So if you complete that bit.ly link that I had put in the chat and was in one of the first slides, essentially what you do is you just pick your area of interest, and I will connect you with the right recruiter at the end of the week. So with that, I don't have anything else. I'm just trying to get through this quickly because I know you all have a lot to cover. So I've put the link in there, and thank you for letting me come in and speak to the group. I really appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions before I hop off? You can put it in the chat if you'd like, or put yourself off mute. Happy to answer anything. Oh, you're a quiet group. I know you're all tired. I get it. I am too. Totally understand. But I'm gonna put my email address in the chat. feel free to email me if you think of any questions. Again, I hope you'll consider Gartner. It's a great place to work. They care about their employees. I've never felt safer. I've never felt more comfortable working for a company, especially during such a crazy year like this year. They've taken really good care of us, and I hope I'll see you all eventually on campus again, and maybe a few of you will come and join me at Gartner. But I appreciate again letting me hijack your meeting for 15 minutes. Thank you so much, and I will take off from here unless anyone has anything else for me.
I actually have a question for you, April.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to know actually two things. One, around what year are you looking for the summer 2021 internship? Because I know we have a lot of freshmen and like underclassmen in this group. And then I guess what opportunities do you have for those underclassmen if it's for upperclassmen?
Yeah, great question, Teresa. So we do, let me start from kind of the top. For full-time, I'm looking for May 2021, December 2020 through June, July, August 2021. For the internship, I'm looking for December 2021 graduates through May 2022. If you are trying to do the math here, December 2022 through May 2023, definitely let me know if you would be interested in our sophomore program. We do a 1-week immersion program. We will likely plan on doing it virtually again, but when it is in person, typically we have those candidates come spend a week with us in Fort Myers, which is pretty amazing. So even if you're you're a freshman and you haven't really started to tiptoe into different opportunities, definitely fill out the form and we'll at least save it. And it's always great to kind of keep track of the times we've met you on campus previously, and when an opportunity certainly presents itself, if we've had, we've made a connection, we've chatted, you're always going to be the first one that kind of pops into my mind for upcoming early talent opportunities. So never too early to start building those relationships. And yes, if you can upload your resume, that would be great. I know right now you guys are all crazy with midterms coming up and Thanksgiving and all that stuff. If you just need to cheat through the system, I will close my eyes and look the other way, just upload like a blank document. It'll at least get you to the next page and you can just quickly fill out some contact information. And then I'll just follow up with you at some point to get your resume if that just is easier for you all. I don't mind doing that.
I also had a quick question.
Sure.
So it sounds like Gartner has done like a lot of really great things. So I'm curious, what stood out to you when you first joined the company? Like, what was the reason you decided to stay with and join Gartner?
Yeah, great question. It's kind of a weird, not a weird situation, but yeah, a unique one. So my husband and I are originally from New York. We left Manhattan and we came to North Carolina and we lived there for several years. My husband got a really great opportunity to relocate the family to Orlando, and he had to kind of start right away, and I was left in North Carolina to kind of pack up the house and sell things and look for a new job. And it was really hard for me, because I had 2 children. I was a working parent. I was by myself. It was really stressful. And I just found that through the interview process, Gartner was the only one that didn't rush me through. They didn't pressure me. And they completely understood with my situation of trying to be loyal to my current company and wrap things up and move and pack and my children and all that stuff that comes with being a working parent. And it came down to a couple days before we were supposed to move to Orlando. They wanted me to fly down to Fort Myers for a final interview. And I just said, look, I'm not going to do it. I just said, I can't. If it jeopardizes my opportunity, that's fine. But at this point, like, I just have a lot going on and I just can't take the time to fly out there. And within like 10 minutes, they called me back and they said, no problem, we'll do it virtually. And they accommodated me and they never pressured me through the process. And I really respected that about them. And I've never looked back. I think a lot of recruiters will say like, oh yeah, our company really cares about our employees. I mean, I truly, truly, genuinely, sincerely say that because I've experienced it. I think as a mom, and I think, you know, I hope as future mothers, you don't get in a situation where it's a pandemic and you've got to start homeschooling your children and while you're juggling a job. When that happened to me, Gartner was so understanding. You know, they were like, please take whatever hour of the day that you need to not work and do homeschooling with your kids. Like, you do that. And I really appreciated that. I certainly needed it. It was hard to juggle homeschooling two small kids during a pandemic and doing my job. So they just took really good care of me. And one thing that I will say, and I know we kind of Teresa alluded to it in the beginning of just being really stressed out. A couple weeks ago, Gartner sent everyone in the company a little booklet in the mail, and it was a booklet of just mental health resources that Gartner provides. And I was so impressed, and I actually didn't realize that they had offered these resources to us. But it's something they've been very diligent about during this year, is just stressing like, everyone is handling this differently. Here are the resources that we can provide you. But if you need other things, like, work with your leader and we're going to get you through this. So I appreciated that. And I think it's nice and comforting to work for a company that does truly care about their employees.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome. All right. Well, if no one has any more questions, thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful, restful evening. Enjoy your meeting, and I hope that I can come crash the next meeting in next semester. So thank you guys.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
April.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, we're back to FWIB, y'all. Resharing my screen. Cool, everyone can see. Thumbs up. Can y'all see? Okay, I see Jezebel. Cool. So Olivia, take it away with our new value of the month.
Cool. Yeah, so this month we have new value, which is personal development. And personal development is defined as the ongoing process of understanding and developing yourself in order to achieve your fullest potential. Prioritizing personal development in your life can lead to growth, maturity, success, and fulfillment. Some ways that you can grow personally are facing your fears, reading more, embracing and acting on your curiosity, asking others around you for feedback, and getting a mentor. So just some things to keep in mind as you go through this month, and then obviously we'll touch on it more next GBM.
So I wanted to remind you all to stay connected with FWIB by joining our GroupMe or following us on Instagram. It's right there at FWIBUF. It's the best way to stay updated on events, socials, fundraisers, all that stuff. If you haven't followed or joined the GroupMe, you could use that QR code right there. So.
Another way to stay connected with us is to check us out through our website as well as our Facebook. As you can see here, we have our QR code to access our Facebook group and page. This is generally where we upload any details or new events that are coming up. So it's really important to join it to stay updated and stay in the know about what we have in the coming weeks. As for our website, any and every GBM we have now is recorded and will be uploaded. So if you miss any or you would like to go back and listen more into some points of our meetings, you can do so through our website.
And then also remember that if you are going to use Study Edge, I know it's exam season and we do have our finals coming up. So definitely use the code FWIB for Study Edge, and 5% of all purchases go to FWIB. And then also remember to always follow us on LinkedIn. We've been putting all of our workshops up on there. And so it's really nice to have one location where there are if you need to refer back to a certain slide or something. So definitely check that out as well. And the QR code is on the slide.
So we have the women empowerment shirts still. I'm gonna reopen the pre-order form just because we're experiencing some delay because of the pandemic. So I'm gonna I think I might put it on Facebook and then also in the group chat. You can Venmo Teresa, and that is her Venmo. We're also selling member shirts for $15. You can earn points when you wear those t-shirts to the meetings through Gator Ready. And tomorrow I will be doing a delivery. Sorry, that should say delivery, not pickup, from 1 to 3. So I'm going to post that on Facebook tonight. So if you're interested, look out for that.
All right, so just a quick little finance update. We will be hosting an investing / kind of intro to stocks workshop on Monday, November 16th from 5 to 6 p.m. So if you're interested in learning anything about investing, definitely come to that. And the Zoom link was going to be posted on the Facebook page, so be on the lookout for that.
Hello, everyone. So upcoming, we have a Wikipedia edit-a-thon. It's going to be hosted by my community service chair. So it's going to be next Tuesday in the afternoon from 2 to 3. Basically, what we're going to be doing is creating an account on Wikipedia and helping edit different pages relating to either business, women's history, things like that. Also upcoming, we're going to be participating in Relay for Life. For those of you that aren't aware, it's an event held by the American Cancer Society where they help fundraise a lot of money that goes into cancer research. So I'm going to be creating a team for FWIB, and to join the team is going to be a $10 donation fee. And then throughout this semester and in the spring, we're going to be helping raise money for this, very large event. And as always, the Zoom links for the events will be in the Facebook page.
All right, so 2 kind of big announcements. So tomorrow is our Diving Deep into Diversity panel. Definitely check that out or come if you're able to. It's going to be from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Mostly be based on a Q&A session, and we have someone coming from Aldi, MasterCard, LinkedIn, and then a few other organizations diversity related. So definitely come if you can. It's the first time FWIB is doing this, and so it'd be really nice to see some familiar faces. I'm actually going to put the link to the Facebook thing in the chat in a little bit, just so that you guys can click on it and check it out as soon as possible. And then we are doing a workshop. Our last workshop before Thanksgiving break is going to be an all about Zoom workshop. So it's going to be pretty chill, but we're going to talk about not only professionally, like how you should be using Zoom, but just like the ins and outs of it. And so definitely check that out as well on November 19th from 6:30 to around 7:30 p.m. And all stuff is going to be on Facebook. And then this is, so my chair, Marianne, she's not here today, but she found a lot of different opportunities for you guys. So I'll just kind of go over it and then put the links in the chat so you don't have to worry about taking a picture or anything. But the first one, the Women's Entrepreneurship Summit, is this Friday from 10 to 11:45. Essentially, the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Hub is hosting this, and you'll get to hear from a lot of women leaders on their experiences. So if possible, check that out. KPMG is going to be also coming this Friday as well, and they're doing a session on tax auditing. So if you're interested in that kind of sector or accounting in general, check that session out. Invest in Yourself Here, so the Goldman Sachs Development Series. So they're going to have a range of events, but this is one of them, also on Friday. So you could see Friday is kind of booked, but if you could even check out one of these, that'd be cool. And that's also going to be more about investing and financing related. And then lastly, this is a CAP LinkedIn workshop is going to be on next Tuesday from 11:45 to 1:40. And that'll be really cool. We did do a workshop on LinkedIn, but you'll get a whole new perspective. So I feel like that's definitely beneficial for you guys to go to. And I'm going to put all the links in the chat now, so don't worry about taking a picture.
Okay, hello everyone. So, our mentor-mentee social is going to be Monday, November 9th from 4 to 5 p.m. It was supposed to be tonight, but we moved this to tonight instead. So if you can't make it, please, please, please let me know. I will be very understanding. Social number 5, it says Pictionary. However, I am realizing that I lied to you guys. Social number 5 is charades. It is game night and it will be hosted and led by my chair, Pictionary social number 6. So social number 5, charades. Thursday, November 12th from 6 to 7 p.m. So not this Thursday, not tomorrow, but the next Thursday. And then brand new rolling out, which is what I have been doing most this week, is making e-board coffee chats. So we read your feedback. You guys want more one-on-one time with us, which we love. So I added the link in the chat to like open a Google Docs. There's a little bit about each of us on eBoard. There's 10 of us. With that, there's also a link at the bottom to sign up to chat with us. Next week between November 9th and November 13th is the chat like slot times. So yes, if you want to speak with us, it'll be over Zoom. You don't have to meet with us in person just because 1 is easier and 2 is safer. So feel free to look there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact info is on that. So yes, that is all.
Hello, everybody. I'm back again to talk about the Warrington Goes Green Challenge. And just to remind you all that this is something that we're going to be taking on this semester and next semester as well, where the Warrington Business School is encouraging organizations to be more green, like doing things such as the things listed on the screen right now, like going to eat at a vegan restaurant, going to an environmental club meeting. I attended, I think, Warrington Goes Green's sustainability tips meeting, and it was awesome. It was super informative, really fun to plant a tree if you want to. But if you do end up doing any of these like sustainability green tips, let us know. You can get some points through us, and we'll get points through Warrington, and it's all just very beneficial, very awesome. And as for the next slide, I have just some ideas and some places that you could go to within Gainesville to support sustainable businesses. One of the most popular ones here, I would say, or at least the one that I know about a lot, is called Life on Plastic Gainesville. That's their Instagram. And if you click again, Jeannie, it'll show, I think, a picture of their store. This place is so great. I've always loved the concept of buying in bulk and filling up containers that you already have rather than buying, like, for example, like hand soap. That plastic container comes in like, a new one every time. Over there, you could buy, I think in the next slide, it shows a screenshot from their online store. For example, you could buy like laundry powder in bulk and laundry pods, dishwasher. I think they're a more cost-effective price. Depends on what you buy. But for example, you could fill up like liquid laundry detergent and not have to buy a whole new plastic container for it. It's a great concept. I think Whole Foods has some things like that for food. So that's a great place you could go support in Gainesville. Next ones are called the Repurposed Project, which is actually someone working with. Some of the profits from our sales will go to the Repurposed Project, and they're this great place in town where you could buy repurposed, I would say, home goods and just knickknacks, a bunch of things. It's right by Satchel's, if anybody has been there, which also makes sense why Satchel's is like basically made from repurposed things. Awesome place to go for home goods and anything you need. That it would be a cheaper option too. And as for a more like vintage, curated, cutesy type of home good place, the AUK Market is located in Curia on the Drag, which is also like a great coffee shop with vegan options as well. But they have super cute home decor, clothes, like notepads. All these local artists make stuff there, and you could go there. I have a mirror, which you can't see because of my virtual background, but it's the cutest thing I got from there. Love that place. And you support local businesses. So that's also a great place to go. Last but not least is thrift stores in Gainesville, my favorite topic. I just listed them because there's so many here that I love going to. Flashbacks is one that's like, it has very cute, trendy, vintage clothes more, I would say. Plato's Closet, I'm sure all of you have heard of. Sandy's is a more high-end-ish than like, compared to like Goodwill, I would say, for clothes and stuff. Hazen's Hospice is owned by the two nicest ladies in town. And of course, going to Goodwill, like Salvation Army, are options that are better than shopping from like online fast fashion places. And yeah, I think that is all. Yes, go ahead, Jisabel, take it away.
All right. Thanks, Angela. Okay, so yes, our Flippity. We are not skipping it. We are doing the Flippity. So yes, Flippity today is storytelling. What we're going to be doing is essentially, this does go with our personal development value for the month. So what we're going to do is someone is going to start telling a story, literally anything. The e-board in the room will say stop. That person will stop. The e-board will pick someone else to pick up where they left off. So you have to listen. So if Teresa will now let us go into breakout rooms/room because they're not videos. So yes, that is today's Fliptivity. We're not skipping it. Thanks. Bye.
I think we're all back now.
Okay.
So Jeannie,
Hello.
Okay, so we always make sure to value guys' opinions through this feedback form, and over the meetings that we have as eBoard, we make sure to look over all the responses, and that's why we were able to come up with new updates and new ways for us to be more accountable towards you guys. So we would really appreciate if you guys scan this QR code and fill out this form to give us feedback that we need, whether it's positive or negative. We appreciate it all, and we will work towards improving our own organization based on the responses that you guys give.
I wish I unmuted myself. That concludes our meeting today, everyone. We're done early. Thank you for coming again. And our next meeting is on November 17th. So we're back to Tuesday, and we hope to see y'all then.